This page is called AI Signals. What is it actually showing me?
Exactly what the AI sees, portrayed type, laid out as evidence. The subtitle at the top says the important thing in one line: the score is computed on the server by code, and the model only narrates it. Read that sentence twice, it is the whole philosophy of the platform.
There are two tabs: Current and History.
Current is the live read for right now. History is every past analysis report, which you can filter by date and by symbol, so you can go back and ask what the AI thought last Tuesday and whether it was right.
And below the tabs, the trade types again.
Because each type is analyzed on its own. Intraday looks at fast momentum, swing looks at multi-day trend and fundamentals. Same page, a different lens per tab.
The big number is score, 5.4 out of 10.
This is the weighted average of every signal, squeezed onto a 0 to 10 scale so a person can read it at a glance. Underneath it shows the same thing as 54 out of 100, the raw aggregate before rounding.
So 5.4 is neither strong nor weak?
It is middling, and that matters, because your auto trade threshold sits on this exact number. If your bar is 7, a 5.4 never fires. You will see it skipped in the decision feed. The score is not advice, it is the input the trigger measures against.
Next to it, instruments a stock name with the word medium.
This is the actual thing the score is about. The AI does not just hand you a number in a vacuum, it names the instrument it scored, and tags a qualitative confidence, low, medium or high.
How is confidence different from the score?
The score is how good the setup looks, confidence is how sure the AI is about the read, given how clean and complete the data was. A high score on thin, contradictory data still gets a low confidence tag, and that honesty is deliberate.
Now the big table. 5-column signal, subscore, direction, strength, and why or why not.
This is the whole engine opened up. Every row is one piece of evidence. The first column names the signal a moving average crossover, the RSI, the trend strength. The second is its own subscore out of 100.
And each signal gets its own number.
Its own number, its own direction, its own strength, and then, on the right, a plain sentence saying what that number means. That last column is why you can trust the score instead of just obeying it. Let us read one row properly.
Take the RSI row 70, bullish, strong.
The RSI measures momentum, how forcefully price has been pushing in one direction. A subscore of 70 is moderately strong bullish momentum, and the sentence on the right says exactly that in words a beginner can read.
So the AI wrote that sentence, but it did not choose the 70?
Correct, and that is the line that must never blur. The 70 comes from a formula on candle data pure arithmetic. The model reads the 70 and writes the explanation. It can describe a number, it can never invent one. That single rule is what keeps money off a black box.
Some rows say bullish, the direction column. And strength swings between weak and strong.
Direction is which way that one signal is pointing up or down. Strength is how loudly it is saying so. A signal can be bullish but weak, meaning it leans up but you should not lean on it much.
So the final score weighs all of these together.
It does, and importantly the signals often disagree, some bullish, some bearish. How much they agree becomes the direction agreement percentage you saw on the terminal. 10 confident signals all pointing up is a very different trade from 10 split down the middle.
This right-hand column is where the AI actually writes.
This is the whole reason a beginner can use this platform. Every one of these sentences turns a raw number into a thing you understand. The MACD suggests a mild trend with limited conviction, the ADX signals a very strong trend. You are never asked to just trust a 5.4.
And if two signals disagree, it says so here?
Plainly. When the momentum is strong but the news is cautious, the two sentences will openly contradict, and that is you being shown the real picture instead of a tidy lie. A good tool argues with itself in front of you.
If I switch to swing, the signals change.
Because a swing trade is a different question. Intraday cares about the next few hours, swing cares about the next few days, so it weighs longer-term trend, distance from the moving averages, relative strength, and real fundamentals analyst targets, growth, debt.
So the same stock could score differently on two tabs.
Absolutely, and that is correct, not a bug. A stock can be a fine multi-day hold and a poor intraday trade at the same time. Each tab answers its own question honestly, which is why you set your rules per type, not once for everything.
The History tab lists past reports.
This is your paper trail. Every cycle the engine ran is kept, filterable by date and by symbol. When a trade you took last week puzzles you, come here, open that day's report, and read the exact signals that were on screen when the decision was made.
So nothing is thrown away.
Nothing. And that is what makes learning possible. You cannot improve from a decision you cannot re-examine, so the platform keeps every one, exactly as it was, for you to study.
So the one thing to hold on to from this page?
The number is arithmetic, the words are the AI. Code computes every score, the model only explains it, and every explanation is on screen so you can check the reasoning yourself. That is the opposite of a black box.
And this score becomes a trade how?
That is part 2. This score meets a probability and then you trigger your threshold, your minimum agreement, your budget, and only if it clears every one of them does a trade fire. We follow that number from here to the order in the next lesson.